Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that long for you, whose every life's breath is a cry for your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that thirst for you, whose every life's breath is a drink of your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that feel for you, whose every life's breath is a feeling of your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that do for you, whose every life's breath is a deed of your love. Waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that live for you, whose every life's breath is life for your love. Awaken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that die for you, whose every life's breath is death for your love, for your love, for your love, for your waken in our hearts, holy song, and remove the tears that do not belong in the eyes of the children that cry for you, whose every life's breath is a cry for your love. Hanukkah Sameach, everyone. Thank you for being with us. Good yontif, Lazer. Hanukkah Sameach lekulam. Wow, we made it. We made it. Ner Rishon. Here we are. The first night of Hanukkah. What a year. What an amazing, amazing, challenging year, and what an amazing year filled with opportunities for stuff we could have never believed. We are sitting right now in a really special place that I'm so honored to be here at the wonderful Villa Herodion in Tekoa. And the last time we were here was the last time that we more or less did anything b'tzibur, with people, with music. And that was a week before Purim. Since then, I haven't been back here, but we haven't had the opportunity to really be together because of this very interesting year that Hashem Yisbarach says, listen, it's not just on Chanukah, Ishu Beito, Kol HaShana, Tafshin Pei Aleph, Ishu Beito. So I feel like the headquarters of what's been going on in the whole world is the inner will of God this year. The Gemara in Masechet Shabbos has very little, maybe 2.5 pages on Chanukah. There is no Masechet Chanukah. No such tractate. We have tractates for everything. But Masechet Chanukah we don't have. All we have is literally about 2 pages in the Gemara in Masechet Shabbos on Chanukah. And all the Rebbe say the same thing, more or less. Mitzvahs ner Chanukah, the Gemara says, what is Chanukah all about? Ish ubeito. A man and his home. A person in their house. The Kedusha of the Bayit. Which I guess it seems that we have to go back to the fundamentals. We got to go back to the roots. We got to go back to what really matters and pray that which isn't important stops taking any space in our heart, mind, and soul. It's about the Bayit. And everyone knows that the first letter of the Torah was the letter Bet. And Bet, Bereshit, is always about a second chance to begin. Bet Reshit. Ishu Beito, a person with his second chance to start over again. This past year, we've witnessed the most incredible openings, and not to, God forbid, ignore what people have been experiencing, which is the opposite of openings. But we're privileged, my friends and I, here from Villa Herodion, to just begin this first night of Chanukah. Ptach li petach kechudo shel machat. Open up just a little bit of an opening. Open your heart just a little bit, and Ribbon HaShalom will do the rest. So friends, I invite you all to really sit front, not sit back. This is not a spectator sport. Sit front and allow yourself to just have a little bit of an opening. And throughout this whole Chanukah, every night, we'll be experiencing hopefully another gate to walk through. Pischu li shari tzedek, avavam odeka, ze ashar la'Hashem, tzadikim yavovo. This gate of 8 days of Chanukah, what a shar, what a gate to walk through. How desperately we need it. So let's begin with Shlomo HaMelech and with the gate of love.
Dodi
אישס חיים נמצא עוז והדר לבושה בעמו במלכו ישמח מלך 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 בעמו במלכו. Afraid of Hanukkah, everybody. ישמח מלך בעמו במלכו ישמח מלך בעמו במלכו ישמח מלך בעמו במלכו ישמח מלך בעמו במלכו. Let's jam it. Chanan. Yitzhak. ישמח מלך בעמו. Needless to say, we've had a lot of time, Baruch Hashem, at home. Without traveling, I myself, I've not been on a plane since February, and I've never felt better. Mamish. And we finally had some time to lay down some songs, some nigunim that I composed in the last few years. And this is a nigun that I received. It's not mine, it's ours. Right after spending some time close to the tune of Rabbeinu HaKadosh, Rabbi Nachman ben Feges, Chus Ergen Aleinu, in Uman, in the Ukraine, a number of years ago. After a long day of traveling on buses throughout the Ukraine. And this nigun just came out of a very tired place, but a very peaceful place. So I call it Uman. Diddy die, da da die, oi, do 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 do. Da da die, 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 oi, da da die, oi, do 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 do. Oi, da da die, oi, do 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 do. Da da die, 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 I da da die, die, do 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 do. I da da dee, I da da do do do, do 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 da da da, I da da da, I da do 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 do. Diddy die, da da da, I da da do do do, da 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 da, I da da da, I da da dee da da. Diddy do da 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 oh diddy da 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 oh diddy da 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 dee I da 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 no I da 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 do 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 do. Diddy die, 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 da, 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 oh, yeah. Diddy die, da, 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 oh, yeah. Diddy die, die, da, da, dee, die, die, da, dee, I, die, da, 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 do. Diddy die, die, da, 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 die, oh, do, 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 do. Try it with us, dearest friends. Diddy die, da da die, I da 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 die, da da die, 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 I da da die, I da 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 do. Diddy die, da da die, I da 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 da, da da die, 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 I da da die, die. Oh, da 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 da, oh, 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 da 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 da, oh, diddy die, die, da 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 da, I קולנו, השם אלוקינו, חוס ורחם עלינו. שמע קולנו, השם אלוקינו, חוס ורחם עלינו. שמע קולנו, השם אלוקינו, חוס ורחם עלינו. שמע קולנו, השם אלוקינו, חוס ורחם עלינו. וקבל אוי ברחמים וברצון, קבל אוי ברחמים וברצון, קבל אוי ברחמים רצון את תפילתנו. וקבל אוי ברחמים וברצון, קבל אוי ברחמים וברצון, קבל אוי ברחמים וברצון את תפילתנו.
Thank you so much, dearest friends. We could hear you even though you're not in the same room with us. We could see you even though you're not here. But there's something much deeper than just another concert tonight. This is Tefillah. And we're so blessed. We're so blessed. So thank you so much. We have a whole week filled with a lot every single evening. Baruch Hashem, every single evening with different musicians, different teachers, mamash exciting things. So each ounce of help really goes a long, long way. The ability to help us, the links are right beneath us over here. Mamash besimcha, please partner with us, join us, and we have so much more Bezrat Hashem to go through. One of the most inspiring things over the last period has been watching so many chatanim and kalot getting married. These chupot, these small, intimate weddings definitely are not what they dreamed of. These chatanim and kalot did not dream to have these kind of weddings when they were kids or when they were adults, thinking about their marriage. And it's just like an amazing, amazing thing to witness. Such know what the right word is other than just acceptance with such nobility. So this is an old nigun from Rav Shlomo, and it's for all the chatanim and kalot out there. Od Yishama, we're going to keep on hearing. Sameach tesamach deim ahovim. Sameach tesamach deim ahovim. Kesamechacha יצילך בגן עדן מקדם, כן שמחך יצילך בגן עדן מקדם, שמח תשמח להם אהובים. שמח תשמח להם אהובים. כשמחך יצילך בגן עדן מקדם, כשמחך יצילך בגן עדן מקדם. היי לה 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 לה, היי לה לה לה, היי לה לה לה, היי לה 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 לה. היי לה לה לה, היי לה לה לה, היי לה לה לה, היי לה לה לה. Help us out, sing with us. Mazel tov, Chassid and Kala. Hey, hey. יצילך בגן עדן מקדם כשמחך יצילך בגן עדן מקדם די לי די היי לי די 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 לי די היי לי די oy 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 da la li di oy li da di da oy ma sa to mazuta hasan kala all the khatanim and all the kalon. It gives me great simcha to introduce a dear friend of mine to come up and join us for a few songs. My dear Chaver, Naftali Kalfa. Bechavod Rav. And Naftali has one of our favorite songs that, Baruch Hashem, people really do sing a lot, all over. It's Naftali's original composition. And it's a song for every day. Not just Hanukkah, not just Shabbos, every single day.
ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים המחזיר שכינתו לציון לציון המחזיר שכינתו לציון לציון בתוך התחים בכיסא דוד שיר חדש ובנענה נעלה ושם נשיר שיר חדש ובנענה
על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
אוי על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
נפתלי, חג שמח!
חג שמח!
Herodion, חג שמח!
על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. על הניסים ועל הפורקן ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. על הניסים ועל הפורקן
ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה.
ועל הגבורות ועל התשועות ועל המלחמות שעשית לאבותינו בימים ההם בזמן הזה. בימים ההם בזמן הזה. בימים ההם בזמן הזה. בימים ההם בזמן הזה. Happy Hanukkah! Guys, happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, Freilich and Hanukkah. It's great to be here with friends, with brothers. And as Rav Shlomo was saying before, Hanukkah is Ishu Besa. It's a holiday about us and our homes. And it's felt like a prison at times in the last 10 months or so of COVID. And being out a little bit and being with friends, that feeling of togetherness, something that we have, that I have at least at home with my wife, with my children at all times, it feels so much more special when it feels fresh, when it's something new. But really, we have that every day at home, and I bless all of us. I bless myself that every day should be Hanukkah. Every day should be a day of closeness and celebration with Ishu Beso, with us, with our close ones, with the people we live with at our homes. And it should be a Freilich and Hanukkah.
And speaking of Ishu Beso, we've been wishing you Mazel Tov on the birth of your baby boy just a few months ago.
Thank you.
Mazel Tov, Yonatan Oz Kalfa.
Thank you.
Eze chamodo. Let's sing this for Lichvodo.
Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hoshiana. Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hatzlichana. Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hoshiana. Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hatzlichana.
Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hoshiana. Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hatzlichana. Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hoshiana. Ana Hashem, Ana Hashem, Hatzlichana. Thank you so much, Naftali. Chanukah Sameach. Toda rabba, achi. Thank you. So there's some amazing, amazing candles that have been lit for quite some time. And the thing about a candle is that when you take the fire, you give it to someone else, your own fire does not diminish. La'efech, you only become even shining more and more brighter. And one of these candles is a dear friend of ours that I'm so excited that I had the opportunity of schmoozing with him right before Hanukkah. And I'm so excited to introduce this conversation I had with our dear friend, Charlie Harary.
Okay, dearest friends, as we mentioned before, we have the privilege to greet the menorah with a not just another ner, but a shamash. And he's illuminating all over. And it's actually in a conversation we had recently, he claims that we're actually brother-in-laws. so I'll leave him to explain why we're brother-in-laws. But I want to give a big shalom aleichem and welcome to our dear chaver Charlie Harary. A good Hanukkah.
Hanukkah to you. Thanks so much for having me on. I can feel the Aura Hanukkah coming from Eretz Yisrael already. So thank you for the schus allowing me to bring it in a few minutes earlier.
That's
I
right.
appreciate that. And we are brother-in-laws because we both have Rebbe from Eish Kodesh, so we're all connected in that way.
Correct. If you're drinking from that same Be'er Mayim Chaim, you might as well just call yourselves brothers or brother-in-law if need be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Charlie, where are we reaching you? You're in New York City?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
You're in New York. Yefem meod. So I wanna discuss with you a very specific nekuda, and I dafka didn't want to tell you exactly what nekuda it was because I'd rather it come really from like a mayan misgaber, just a place of flowing. We all know that Yemei Chanukah is Yemei Hodah. It's this 8th day of Thanksgiving. Why you get to meet so many different people that are exploring and that are sincerely seeking to get to whatever that place is called. Let's just call it Kirvas Hashem, but Kirvas Atzmi, whatever you want to call it. What do you think prevents someone from allowing themselves to live in a state of gratitude? Is it conscious? Is it subconscious? What do you think it is?
It's a great question, and it depends. So let me give you 2 general categories, and then we can explore them. The West has sold us a lot of bags of goods. The West has really created amazing misconceptions in our lives. Not just Hanukkah is connected to the idea of the Septuagint, right? That whole concept of translating the Torah and what that does by sucking out the meaning of it. There's so many things that the West gives us that prevents us from tapping into our neshamas. But let me give you one of them. One of the great misconceptions that we believe is that there's something out there that we can get to. That if we put our heads down and are hungry, translate not happy, we'll get it. If you work hard in school, you'll get the grade, and then you'll work hard in the age and you'll get to the right school, and you'll work to the right school and you'll get to the right job, and you work to the right job. You keep on working, you'll get it. And you can make it from, you can make it not from. Yeshiva, university, right? You can take anything. The right girl, the right guy. Just if you do X, then you will get something that you want. And when you get the thing that you want, then you'll be happy. Happiness is used as a manifestation of accomplishment. We think happiness is an outcome. And so as we go through life, we assume that the reason I'm not happy is because I'm going to hit something. And then it's all going to like pour in. And you keep on trying and trying. And then all of a sudden you get to your retirement and you're still unhappy. And you look back and go, remember when we were young? That's when we're happy. Happiness, gratitude requires us to realize that there's no real place I'm going. In fact, my goals are just directions that I walk in. The only place that I really have is right this second. And the journey that I'm on is greater than any place that I'm going to, because I don't even know where I'm going, because I don't run this world. And usually the greatest success comes not when I go where I want to go, it's the detours along the way. Rav Noah Weinberg once told me that one of the great mistakes we make is that we think that happiness takes us there, because when we get there, we're happy. Because actually happiness is the gas in the car to get you to where you want to go. Once somebody realizes that, I'm never going to be happy unless I push myself to simcha. And I'm never going to be fully grateful unless I stop right now and I'm grateful for what I already have. It never comes. And so they never have it. It's just focus. But the world doesn't want us to focus on it because then they can't sell us. But once somebody realizes that happiness and gratitude is right here, right now, they hold in their hands the mafteach of the life that they really want.
I think you just explained to me what we're saying by the menorah when we say ve'ein lanu reshus lishtamesh bahem ela b'oisam bilvad. I'm not trying to use anything to accomplish something else right now. No. Why? Because I can only really be someone that's full of gratitude if I'm very conscious of what you just said right now, it seems to me. And would you equate happiness and gratitude?
Gratitude, I think, is a mechanism to get to happiness. Happiness is a state. It's a focus. And one of the ways that one gets there is by gratitude. And I think that's exactly what the Kodesh Baruch Hu, I think it's what Hashem wants of us. And what's fascinating is that I think we're scared of it. I think we're scared of true simcha. I think we think that once we become besimcha, like we're going to stop striving. Like simcha is like, I'm good. As if like people that are besimcha live less successful lives. It's scary. But when someone starts to like your point, they're also some bilvad, just for a minute to stop and to be like, whoa, let me just start to use my eyes and not my hands for a minute.
Right.
They fill themselves up with a kayach that they never had before.
Right.
It's a tremendous use. And this, by the way, I think is the whole essence of why the Kodesh Baruch Hu makes us stop every 7 days, because otherwise we'd be dead. If Hashem didn't at least slow us down on Shabbos, we'd be dead. Which is why the Chazal tell us that when you take large steps, you lose a piece of your eyesight. And then when you come to Shabbos and you look in the Kiddush wine, you get that back. What does that mean? It means that we move so quickly, we stop seeing. We don't see that woman as not just the person that helps me run my life. She's my soulmate. Those kids aren't just things that I got to like make independent and successful, right? This job doesn't just get me. We're just running. And when you run, you can't see. And when you can't see, you don't have the kayach to really be great. There also some requires you to slow for a second. That's why for some people Hanukkah is so hard. You know what the hardest part some of my friends say about Hanukkah is? The hardest part in Hanukkah that I get from some of my friends, I don't know if the Chevra here agrees or doesn't agree, is the 30 minutes. You know, you're supposed to, after you light candles, at least 30 minutes stop. You understand? They go out of their minds. Like, can I use my phone? Can I use my phone? They're like going crazy. I'm like, no. Like, should I learn? I'm like, no.
Right, should I learn?
30 minutes on a weekday? Are you crazy? Yeah. 30 minutes. Just stop. That's right. I think it's shot.
We're all in that place of like, what do I do now? I personally, I see it so, since COVID really kicked in, and a lot of people such as yourself really took things to the next level in terms of social media interaction and reached through social media, which is really one big, like, it could be, like, we know, the greatest Kiddush Hashem or Chalila not. But because we know that it's possible for us to constantly just pop up online and do something good, how can I ever justify not doing that if it's so easy? It used to be hard to do something good in the world.
Yeah.
Now it's so easy. You turn that on. No, you don't sit after you light the menorah and turn on Facebook Live and be like, well.
Yeah. I'm going to say something that's the hardest thing in the world. I heard this years ago from Rabbi Eli Mansour. And it wasn't until this weekend when I was reading a Ravigda Miller. These two of the, I mean, you ready? This is so hard. I can't do it. I just can't do it myself.
I'm with you.
They both said something once. They said, you know why in last generations we had great people? We still have them today. But you know what their greatness was? They thought. Did you ever, I don't think, I read. If I have a minute, I'm not thinking, I'm reading. If I'm online, I'm not thinking. If I'm in the car, I'm fidgeting to find a podcast. To think, or my Rabbi Rav Shlomo Brazil once said that. You ever get in a car and drive and not put anything on? You're like, it's a waste of time. Do you ever stop and think, like take an idea, lahodos, and say, I want to just think about lahodos for 5 straight minutes. Not like letting my mind wander. Think. It's impossible. You can't think today. It's impossible. Like you're saying, even Lataiva, do, help. And even if you have a second, like learn. Chazer the shots, you have 3 extra seconds. You pop out the safer. You just to think. I once had a Rav tell me once, he says, in the old days, when they used to tell over Divrei Torah, He says they used to hold on to a Torah when they get it. When in the old days, when they still over like Torahs, they used to wait a year before they shared the Torah. A year. They used to learn something and they would think about it for the year.
Wow.
And by the time it came out, it was like digested and integrated like the mun. Sitting by the candles, and I'm not doing this. I don't want you to pretend like I'm going to do this, but I'm saying it. Imagine sitting and holding a thought like, how do I become more X? And just sitting by the candles and looking and just thinking through like a sugya in life.
Wow.
It's godless. This is how great people were made.
Yeah.
They were made to slow down and to develop the deeper parts of themselves.
Yeah. Well, I think that right now, for those of us that haven't lit yet, first night, you have no excuse to not become a gadol tonight.
Exactly.
Those of you in Kutlars that are going to light in a few hours, hatzlacha with becoming gedolim. But my dear Chaver Charlie, I want to give you a bracha from here, from Eretz Yisrael, to continue to recognize how many dreams the Rebbeinu Shalom has for other Yidlach, and so many of them pass through your tzinar.
Man, I should be sorry.
Amen. And I hope and pray that you feel our love from here. I miss you. I rarely, let's face it, I feel so close to you, and I rarely, how often do I get to see you? And these days, nothing, because I'm no traveling.
Yeah.
But you really, I thank you so much for being with us, really. This
honor.
Is starting off a whole week.
Thanks for having me. I feel like I'm connected to Yisrael. You should know that the excitement, for those who get you more often, they don't appreciate the excitement that happens in Eish Kodesh when the word, the whispers start. I think he's here for Shabbos. The whispers begin, and it starts to take over the whole shul on a Friday night. And all of a sudden, we're like, nah. And then Yedid Nefesh comes, and then the last stanza, and then everybody looks. The homecoming. You should be zeicha. Your holy chevra and our holy chevra, we should all be zeicha to dance together in your shul.
We have one big special chevra. We really do. And we have a big champion that just crossed the border to our side.
You did. You got a big one.
Yeah, my brother. Baruch Hashem.
You got a big win.
We'll all be together.
To follow his footsteps.
Amen. A freilich in Chanukah.
Freilich in Chanukah.
L'hodus u'l'halal.
Amen. L'hodus u'l'halal. Good to see you. Shekayach.
What a first night this has been, Chevron. I can't wait to continue the party, continue the holy party tomorrow with Kabbalat Shabbat. And every night this week, we got a lot going on. We'll be with some more special guests, teachers, rabbis, musicians, simple Yidden. And hopefully we'll bring the light of Hanukkah to every corner of our heart, of our homes. And thank you to our sponsors. And if you'd like to help us continue this, all the details are below and all the links. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you to our dear Chaverim here, to Yitzhak Attias, Elias Blumen, Nimrod Nol, Chanan Elias on keyboards, Villa Herodion. You might be looking at your menorah and saying, there's only one candle right now. That one candle, you take that into a room that's dark, and that one candle changes the reality. We give you Ga'al bracha and give us a bracha back, that we believe in our one candle, the little bit of light can go so far, so far. Chanukah Sameach! Us. Did-dee-da, yadai, ho, yadai, ho, ho, did-dee-da, yadai, 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 ho, 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 oh. Chanukah Sameach, Gedyantim, See you tomorrow, Chevra.